We crashed our plane, and now we have to meet with the Emperor of the Empire over in Vector. So let's go do that. And of course, welcome back to Final Fantasy VI. Advance. Oh yeah, get in there, doggy style. Let's do some more slots. Some horrible, horrible slots. Let's see if we can't get a 3-point slam dunk with LeBron. And also, I am not playing Final Fantasy VII, so I can cast fire, which I very conveniently decided to bring that up as I started doing a Final Fantasy VII live stream, and it's doing spectacularly by my estimation. I am pleased, to say the least, with how well it's doing. So if you weren't aware that I'm doing a Final Fantasy VII live stream, come check it out one of these days. I'll be all like, "Hi, Ostrich Farmer 9743866XXXXX. Thanks for joining me on my chat." LeBron didn't even get to do his 3-point slam dunk. He got a little overzealous. We got a elite amount of gil, though. Where's this? Oh, it's in Miranda. Have I been here yet? I don't remember. Or am I playing the wrong file? I can't be playing the wrong file right now. Dog fighting. Yeah, get him! Get in there! Let's not get any of this stuff. This is going to be a very story-heavy episode. But yeah, if you were wondering what happened to all my Final Fantasy VI Advance, it's because I've been sidetracked doing Final Fantasy VII live streams. And I'm still trying to do a daily upload of some capacity, but mostly Monday, Tuesday nows are pre-recorded video game stuff. Whereas everything else is, other things that I feel so inclined to try out. But let's continue to use Setzer in honor of my video game Gambler series, which I'm sure I also shilled in the last episode of Final Fantasy VI Advance. And speaking of limestone, I used to work at a quarry for a while, but I ended up quitting way before I should have, because I took the job for granted. No, what I was trying to say is, speaking of live streams, one of my subscribers, Carnage, decided to start doing a live stream of regular Final Fantasy VI. It has a true blue Japanese translation, but everything else is Final Fantasy VI as it can get. So if you can't wait for more Final Fantasy VI, be sure to check out Carnag's version of the game. But if you do, just be all like, "Oh, that MegaHarv guy sent you." And then they'll be like, "Oh, wow! Imagine that." But in the meantime, I'm going to continue to fight these adversaries, who are being very adversarial indeed. Yeah! 3-point dunk! Setzer is LeBrains, and he is LeBron. I can't remember what 3 dragons do. Probably significant damage. So I finally decided to start using my microphone through OBS, and it seems to be, seems to sound a little nicer by my estimation. I'm just sure to speak up, because I think the music's all like, "Oh, well, I better be quiet, because MegaHarv's talking." I should really pay attention to where I'm going. Otherwise, I'm gonna be all day. No carbuncle. Yeah, let's do Madouin. Oh, and I should definitely be doing the water harmony dance, for it is quite a ferocious dance. I'm not sure what's with the string bits that were coming out of Terra's dad's chest. I have no excuse or reason for that. And also I wanted to say, I don't plan on streaming Final Fantasy VI myself. I will probably stream the optional dungeon, though, that's not in the Super Nintendo version of this game. I feel like that would be worth live streaming, but the rest of this, I already started as a Let's Play, so I want to end it as a Let's Play. There was other things I was going to say, and I'm sure that I will say them at a certain juncture. Like how I decided to smush the screen and occupy a lot of space on the screen. It will just make for an easier upload later. Let me know if the squishy screen is bothersome. Because for me, I don't really notice it because, like, for it to be on the Game Boy Advance to begin with, it had to, like, it was kinda widescreened. So now I don't really notice, like, that it's been squished. It just looks kinda normal to me now. So I just murdered that entire family of monsters. They are going to be without their monster family now. Because of me. I hope I'm happy. Oh, I'm pretty happy at the moment. Well, we made it to Vector. Do you prefer, the graphics engine Vector? Isn't that, like, something to do with the Super Nintendo, like a Vector chip? And then there's Vector the cereal. What in the world happened? Your place is burning. What's going on? Well, let's go talk to the umpire of the Empire. The umpire is expecting you. This way, please. I didn't know the Empire was pregnant with me. How would he be expecting me? But yes, I've been having a blast with the live streams. I find it's a lot of fun to have real-time interaction with my fans. And or viewers who may or may not be fans yet. I've lost my will to fight. Well, have you lost your Reginald to fight? Because if you haven't, then we might still be locking horns. The Empire has changed its heart because it was malformed and had malignant flanges on it. Sid. These Espers came to save their friends. When they learned that none of them were alive, they ravaged the entire city. That's why I figured I'd live stream, because my pre-recorded videos are as though I am live streaming. Because I'll be like, yeah, I'll keep that whole heart flange thing in. I won't actually, like, stop and re-record or anything. I may as well just be all like, I'm gonna do this in one fell swoop. Although when I'm rambling, I'm noticing that my microphone is all like, whoa, you're talking red every so often. So I don't know if that's the compressor compressing, or if I'm just shrieking too loudly. So we're gonna have dinner with the umpire. There are still some soldiers who'd prefer to keep fighting. So what's with Sid's, like, hat? How there's, like, there's this little bit here, but then you can see, like, his spiky pink head inside. What purpose does that hat serve? Like, I always imagined that he was wearing a raincoat. You have 4 minutes until dinner. Please talk to as many soldiers as you like. I thought that I had to do this at a different point. Well, okay. Do you count as soldiers? Do I not have sprint shoes on? Because I done screwed up if I don't. I don't have sprint shoes. Okay, here we go. Run! There, now I can do it, no problem. I can't even remember where all the soldiers are. Hopefully I can get everything. Hey. I don't care what you say, I have to do this quickly. Now, if this is a live stream, someone could be like, MegaHarv, this many soldiers, and I'd be like, it's a good thing you know the game that I'm playing. But part of what I like about, like, playing these games, I just like going in them and seeing how much I just remember. Like, how much I can pull out from memory. Because there's always going to be someone that knows a game better than you. And chances are they'll be the ones that find your streams. Which is no problem with me. So let's continue. Fourth. Get out of my way, you righteous dink. You lost your whole family? Well, how are we gonna fill that void? Ah, that was funny, right? Get out of my face. I didn't realize I was actually inside your face. Like, it's not like we were kissing or anything, and I'm not your dentist. I was most certainly not in your face. Oh, so I have to actually engage in Mortal Kombat with this gentleman. Well, that was intense. Actually, it wasn't intense. It was outside of tense. That's why I stole it. Otherwise, I would actually be in a tent right now. Ooh, I mastered a new dance. It must be the inside dance. I think if I get a Tintinabar after all of this, then I was successful. Speaking of successful, I went the wrong way. Let's go back and go this way. I thought this part was, like, later. Like, I thought it was after dinner that I had to do all of this. Here I was thinking, oh, I'll just get the dinner over with. Oh, look at all of you. At least when, at least with the sprint shoes plus the run button, kinda speeds this up. Don't you fall, you dinkus. Medwin. Even though that's slow. It's a slow attack. I'm not sure if I can speed up my attacks right now. What am I doing? Or however else you say his name. Not bad, meh. Meh, meh, is what he said. He all looked at me and went like, meh, 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 meh. Can I run through the bed? I love when I can run through beds like that. It makes no sense. But I do it every chance I get. Did he say poop on peace? I hope so. Magique. Thundera. Dance. Oh, I could just be casting Thundera on all these guys. Blah, blah, blah. 18 soldiers. That sounds like the name of a song. 18 soldiers. That was my 18 soldiers song. If you feel the need to remix that, all I ask is that you link me to the remix. For it was, I really shouldn't have talked to Kefka here. And I'm not going to, You're lucky that I love your laugh, Kefka, or I would be really annoyed that you're holding me up. What a bore is right. Even though I would liken it more to a warthog. I'm definitely not doing this the way that is anticipated. Well, I got blackjack number of soldiers, so there. No, I'll just accept that. This way, please. I definitely didn't... I think you need to talk to, like, 30 soldiers. I have half a mind to do that again. I think I am actually going to do that again. I'm going to meet you right back here. So I am actually going to go do that before I can edit this. So I'm going to take advantage of that for once. I would do something crazy like actually edit out all of this glorious commentary. But yeah, I'm gonna try that again, because I am unhappy with the results. Well, so far it seems like I'm doing considerably better. Yeah, I'm still alive, what of it? I only missed 2? That explains it. Hey, we got some Mega Armor. No relation. Can I serenade it with a water harmony? Or is Thundara just an OP spell? Or am I just OP at this point? Is that really everybody? That seems... I feel like I'm missing someone. Let's run up here and talk to these birds again. Before they fly the coop. Yeah, you don't seem to want to fly the coop. So let's end it by talking to Kefka. For all I know, I talked to enough of them, but I feel like talking to Kefka at the end of all of this is apropos. Hey, Monsieur Kefka! Oui, monsieur! Don't ask me what was with the sudden French bubbling out of me. Yeah, 0000 on the laugh. So I think I got it this time. I might be mistaken, but I think in the SNES version, we have... Excuse me. It's 5 minutes. This way, please. But because you can run with the sprint shoes, I knocked it down to 4. Those clever bastards. I'll sit with the returners if that's alright. Well, it's all left, but to them I guess it's alright. At last, we can be all together, sharing a meal at the same table. Let us make a toast. Well, I don't see a toaster, but I know fire pretty well. To what shall we raise our glasses? To the Empire, to the returners, to our homelands. To our homelands. I think I have to answer the right stuff here, too. But I'm not, so here goes nothing. Well then, to our homelands. I'm pretty sure that was the wrong answer, but no matter. As you may know, I've imprisoned Kefka for his crime of using poison against Doma. What do you think should be done with him? Leave him in jail, pardon him, execute him! I want to say leave him in jail. I see. Well, let's let him stew in his cell for a while, then we can decide what to do. I'm truly sorry about what occurred in Doma. No one ever dreamed Kefka would use poison. What's done is done. That was inexcusable. Apologize again. I feel like what's done is the correct answer. But I don't know. I'm terribly sorry about what was done. I promise to punish Kefka severely and to work to eradicate poisons all over the world. By the way, with regard to General Celeste, was she an Imperial spy? We trust her, whether she spied or not. Kefka was lying. You realized the lunacy of the war long before I did and went over to your side. Was there anything else you wanted to ask? Why'd you start the war? Why do you want peace now? Why did we have to talk to your men? I want to know why we had to talk to your men. Some of my men still do not believe we should have ended the war. I felt they might be better understanding if you met them face to face. Yeah, well, I still had to thump about 4 of them. With your permission, I'd like to move on to discussing espers. I still have a few things to ask. Okay. The Empire has been decimated by the espers that emerged from the sealed gate. They're just too powerful. If we don't do something, they'll tear the entire world apart. They've gone a bit too far. You're the one who brought them here in the first place. I feel like that's the correct answer. When the espers came through on the rampage, all my ambitions faded in an instant. Now I find myself asking why I ever wanted that much power in the first place. Of course, there's no excuse for the atrocities I committed in the name of conquest. By the way, what was that first question you asked me a minute ago? Why did we have to talk to your men? Is what I asked. Right. Anyway, I truly desire peace. I want you to understand that. You must be getting tired. Why don't we take a short break? And definitely take a short break. Give me a break. So let's talk to these people. We'd like to test your strength. Would you be willing to fight with us for just a couple of minutes? Certainly. And this is the only time in the game you can fight these guys. So take advantage of it. Well, let's Thundara the whole kit and caboodle. And let's see if we can't harmonize with all of these Imperial elites. Well, I murdered them instead. But LeBron gained a level, so he's like level 29 or some such thing. Can I talk to all of you? Just as we thought. There's 4 of us, but 3 of us were only interested in fighting. What level is LeBron, anyway? 26. Why'd I think he was a way higher level? Who knows? Probably because it's been like 2 weeks since I've played it. I do plan on getting back to Breath of Fire 2, eventually. I hope we're truly able to bring about peace. But then from... Yes, resume conversation. Then, after I get through Breath of Fire 2, I want to do Breath of Fire 3 stream. Is there anything you wish to hear me say? That you really want peace? That the war is truly over? Alright, I swear, right here, right now, there will be no more fighting. Oh, there's gonna be... There was just fighting! And now I have a favor to ask. Tell me, Guesty. Can I call you Guesty? After they attacked us, the Espers flew off northward, towards Crescent Island. We have no way of knowing when they'll decide to go on another rampage. We need to find them and convince them to set aside their aggression before that happens. But considering all the Empire has done to them, I doubt they'll be willing to listen to us. That's why I need to borrow Terra's power. Terra's the only one who can bridge the gap between human and Esper. I have a Magitech armor transport ship moored in the port of Albrook. I had hoped to send it to Crescent Island with all haste. Would you please go on board? Yes, sirree, Bob. I'll have my top general and some of his troops accompany you as well. General Leo. Good old Leo. What a powerhouse he is. I'm General Leo. Pleased to make your acquaintance. That wasn't his voice earlier, but it is now. I'll be waiting for you in Albrook. And then in the next episode, he'll be like, I'll be waiting for you in Albrook, tee-hee. Please find the Esperters and convince them to cease their attacks. You're our only hope. Let's see if I got everything. I don't think I did. If I got a Tintinaballum, I did it correctly. If Terra goes, I go. Crit X, thank you. No problem. The rest of you stay here. I smell a rat. As do I. It's hard to trust the Emperor just like that. We'll remain here and watch for anything out of the ordinary. Thanks. You'll be our eyes and ears. Keep your guard up. Great, you be careful too. Okay, guard, come and give me my prizes for at least talking to all the soldiers. If not, the rest of it. It's a good thing I got a Tintinaballum already, I don't really need to. I don't even really need one, I just like them. I like the idea of them. Lay it on me, Toots. I bear a message from the Emperor. Is it grisly, your message? Due to your decorum at tonight's banquet and your grace in speaking to our soldiers beforehand, the Emperor has decided upon the following. All Imperial troops will be withdrawn from South Figaro immediately. In addition, Imperial forces will be withdrawn from the Kingdom of Doma. We will also unlock the armory at the Imperial observation post to the east. You are welcome to any of the weapons and armor within. And this is a personal gift from the Emperor. Got my Tintinaballum! Yeah, I did it well enough, even though I had to try again. Well then, if you'll excuse me, but I just kind of went off memory with the comments. I think so long as there's not a belligerent goof, it's fine. Albrook's a port sound to the south of the Empire. The plan is to leave for Crescent Island from Albrook on a transport carrying Magitech armor. We'll keep a close watch on the Empire. You deal with the Espers. So, let's just leave here and get those treasures that we so lustily desire. Can we, like, have someone else in the party, please? I would greatly appreciate it. So let's leave. Or is it here? I don't think it's here. I think it's somewhere else. But let's do a quick sweep. Just in case I am wrong about that. Someone heals me in here, I remember that much. Are you loyal to the Empire? Sure. Fine. No. What? Oh, now I kill these guys and... then they'll heal. They're like, I was really undercover, or something to that effect. They will say. Now heal me, old lady. Oh, you just might be able to do it. Please don't give up. Yeah, bestow your healing magic upon me. With your Mako energy. Weapon shop. Armor shop. I mean, I could stop being a tightwad. I have like 100,000 gil. But I will continue to be a tightwad. I'm pretty sure at this point I won't need any more money. Or rather, I will be ahead enough on my money that I won't require any more. I'm also fairly certain I missed a Magikite still. Which I'll have to get before a certain point. So you're seriously gonna make me just crit X and Terra? Traverse Vector? I can't have any of my party to come along for this excursion? That seems a little silly. I should have been able to enlist somebody for this for this leg of the journey. Although maybe there's a chocobo place close by and I didn't really register that. No matter. Let's get this stuff that I want. No, we are surrounded by Dons. What a typo. They're supposed to be called Dog, not Don. Unless it's Don the dog. It sounds like it's implying that you are wearing the dog. If you are Don the dog. Or if you Don the dog. So let's just kind of touch base here. Oh, this is Albrook. Alright. Well, touching base didn't seem to really help any. Didn't seem terribly beneficial. Excuse me while I crack my jaw. Because my jaw needs a good crack every so often. Or else I'm like, there's a crack trapped in there. And I must get it out. Before it just swells up and gets sore or whatnot. Because I have a finger now that, if I don't crack it regularly, it tenses up, and then I have a real hard time cracking it. So I have to stay on top of the finger cracking. It's more, I think it's more arthritis-based from the office job that I do these days. Because I never had any pains in my hands when I was doing a lot of physical work. But now that I've been in office for a couple of days, I've got all gnarly fingers. It's not as bad as it was, but this finger here is still a little under the weather. But now that we have survived our journey, let's raid this treasure facility. I can't remember what's here. But I'm sure I want some of it. Look at all this. I think some of it's like stupid money, like a gil. But I could be incorrect. It's a good thing I'm not paying attention to any of the stuff I'm getting. I don't think I got anything too mind-blowing. Well, I got like 20... Got a lot of money there. Let's See if we can't suss out what was acquired here. Well, some of this stuff. The rest of it I must have had already. But let's make sure that... I feel like there's a treasure hidden. Yeah, there it is, the elixir. Right there. They couldn't have just had a grandfather clock, because they're like, I know you're on to our sick game. Flame Tongue? I was just checking that to be, like, thorough. I wasn't expecting to actually find something. I know, you would probably ask, well, why'd you check it then if you're like, I don't think anything's in there? Because clearly you never really know for sure. Such as in that case. Do I have a Flame Tongue already? I thought I did. Like in the game, not in real life. Like I can flame with my tongue sometimes. But it's there's usually other mouth movements involved. It's usually not just the tongue, because if I'm just like... you can't really understand what I'm saying. But I usually have to, like, you know, move my mouth around a little bit, like my lips, and like open and close my jaw somewhat in order for these words to bubble out correctly. I gotta use my voice box somewhere down around here. I think it's in this general area, the vocal cords. So let's dispense of this Joker. And then let's get set up for the next episode, and then end this current episode. So I think we're at about a half hour now. Because I felt the need to ramble through all the battles, because I'm all like... Well, I was doing that for the most part anyway with 6, but now that I'm all like, look at me! I live stream now. So I have a tendency to just kind of ramble through the battles now. Although I'm not above cutting out a battle. I felt rambly enough that it didn't feel necessary to cut at any point. Okay, Wyvern. Being more sturdy than the rest of your brethren. I don't know where you get off, but it's not on surviving our onslaught. So let's depart on the ship. Let's hope it's still here, because if not, we will be ship out of luck. Hey, Leo! Ah, there you are. Another Imperial General, and a man I hired back in town will be accompanying us as well. Oh, hey, there's our backup. Let me introduce them, General Celeste and Shadow. Is something the matter? No, it's not much anything. We depart tomorrow. In the meantime, I've arranged lodging for you at the inn. Please try to get some rest. Did you... like, I guess I could take part in some lodging. Hey, Celeste, I'd like to take part in some lodging with you. Celeste. I'm working for the Empire, but don't worry, they didn't hire me to kill you. Well, that's reassuring. Thanks, Shadow, for easing my mind. Otherwise, my conscience would have just went crazy with paranoia. Let's have ourselves a jolly nap. Oh, what a sweetheart Leo is for paying for our lodging, our $100 lodging. The Empire spares no expense. Red X, where you going? I thought you were still inside. Are you gonna sing now? Because this is like singing music. Celeste! Yeah, this is Totes the opera music. It's Rate the Totes. It's Rate Totes the opera music. Please, why don't you talk to me? I want to go back in there and do some lodging. I know, I doubted you, if only for a moment, but we can still be friends, right? Get away from me! How dare you not trust an Imperial spy? Oh, fine, whatever. Be mad. I'll just go back to my nice warm bed and Watch some Netflix and chill by myself. Oh, I was with Tara. Fine, I'll Netflix and chill with Tara then, Celeste. Is that why you ran away? Because you're like, I know that you and Tara are lodging together. And she can't handle it. She's falling in love with, Mr. Crit X over here. Let's go. No, let's play. Look at that ship. Look at it just hum-sucker. Watch as it goes towards this island that we must go to. As we partake in a cutscene, or rather just a exposition for storyline purposes. The engines are all running smoothly, sir. Affirmative. Why don't you rest until then? But we just slept already. Why didn't we just get on the ship and rest? This water sound is reminding me of Pirates for the NES. Or should I say, PIRATES for the NES. If you never heard of it, it'd be worth a look. Oh, I actually have to walk around. She would have stared there for a long time. Yeah, I'm having all kinds of trouble sleeping, Leo. Why don't you show me your shocker? I hear your emotions have returned. Yeah, slowly but surely. Strange, isn't it? The Empire used me, controlled my very thoughts, and now here I am. Recuperating with the same people. People are people, so not like everyone in the Empire is like Kefka, you know. So, what about you? I knew that you were half Esper and being made to suffer through horrible experiments, yet I did nothing. I'm no better than Kefka. Evil prevails when good men do nothing. Or good ladies, or good packets of mustard. Whatever you, associate yourself with these days. If a human and an Esper can love one another, you think a human and I could love each other? But of course! I love you right now! But she walks away. But I don't know what it feels like to love someone. Oh, you'll know. You'll feel a tingly feeling. You're still young. Someday you'll know. I'm sure of it. Are you now? You sure I'm not just the exception to the rule? Are you positive of that, Leo? Are you quite certain of that assessment? Leonardo, if that is your real name? But I wanna know now. I'm sure Vega, Edgar would be more than happy to show you love. I don't know why I was looking at the microphone. Hi, microphone, you're the camera now. No, whatever I said. Hi. Who's there? Jaundice. Jaundice who? Jaundice decided that he has to pee. I thought I sleep out under the stars. I was like, John does, and I'm like, John Crapper, that's like a porta potty, maybe I can make a pee. Did you hear what we were talking about? Yeah, jaundice jokes. I didn't mean to listen in. Not to make light of jaundice, but there was a training video I had in one place that I worked. I can't help you, there are answers you'll have to find for yourself. I'll tell the story after this is done, unless my train of thought gets derailed. Tara. Some people in this world have killed their emotions. Don't forget that. Yeah, don't you forget that. Yeah, there's a training video where it's like, what should you do if you have to call in sick for work? What if you have a cold, a flu, jaundice? It's like, why did you go from cold to flu to jaundice? That was, I didn't think jaundice was common enough that it warranted being lumped in with cold and flu. Oh, Crit X, feeling a little seasick. In there. He's got nausea all up in them guts. World's greatest treasure hunter. Reduced to this. Bleh. Oh, poor Crit X, being seasick. It's a wonder that he doesn't get motion sick in the airplane. I would think it'd be more or less the same problem, but maybe not. I've been on a canoe before and I didn't get seasick. I'm wondering if that would be the same for, anything else. We're almost to the island. Let's split in 2 groups. If you find any clues as to where the espers may be hiding, report back at once. I was gonna report front at twice. Let's go. Oh, you gonna make me talk to other people? No. Shadow. Crit X. I love you. Come on. I don't want to hear it. I want off this ship. Ugh. I think we are almost at our destination. And we have arrived. So let us save the game. All the way back here. So that constitutes an episode of Final Fantasy VI Advance. So I thank you all very much for joining me today for this edition of that game I just said. I still go by MegaHarv. And if you need some more Final Fantasy fix, remember, I do Final Fantasy VII live streams now just about every night, unless I can't. In which case, I'll give you a heads up in a stream somewhere. So, come on back!